Good morning, everyone. I think that's actually the first time I've ever started a video with me stirring up my matcha. First time in 6 years, guys. Anyway, it's the morning. I have work today, so we gotta do with what we can. But in today's video, I have 2 new auditions with you guys here today. Last week's video was not an audition tutorial. It was more like an information video. So I thought I would mix it up and bring with you an audition tutorial. So we've got 2 auditions, basically. The first one is more so of your traditional sense of audition, and that is the AOMG audition. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what AOMG is, they're essentially a South Korean hip-hop and R&B record label that's founded in 2013, actually, by rapper and singer-songwriter Jay Park. You know him. The label currently has a bunch of artists, but they were at one point known for having Loco, Hoodie, Ehai, and a bunch of others. But currently they're looking for new girl group members. They do have a certain amount of girl group members that are a part of the show Island 2, so they're essentially just looking for extra members. The categories that they're looking for are vocal, rap, dance, and artistry. So I'll share more details about what that exactly is later on. But the next audition is not so traditional. Oops. I set a timer for my eggs. But anyway, it's not so traditional in the sense that it's actually 15 auditions all in one. It's by this company called Gori Agency. They're not like an actual entertainment company themselves, but you can audition for all 15 agencies and auditions in one. Pause. I'm back with my soft boiled eggs. They're like perfectly jammy, just how I like it. If you don't like your eggs jammy, I'm gonna judge you, cause what? These are so perfect. Anyway, the audition features companies like Deep Studio, Mode House, NCH Entertainment, Beats Entertainment, RBW, We, CENM, and more. And you already know Mode House. I've talked about how they're one of my favorite companies right now. But with that being said, let's get started with the audition tutorial. Alright, so why don't we start with AOMG Entertainment. They do have a story up. Let's check it out. It's just about like a blog post about the new upcoming girl group. But what they're doing right now is kind of looking for additional members of their girl group. They do have these girls that are actually from Island 2, so I'm pretty sure some of them are Juwon, Yui, and more. But they do have teaser posts and videos that promote this. But going back to what this video is all about, which is the audition, of course. So it's the 2025 AOMG Global Crew Audition. It says invitation to all our messy girls. And this is until December 2nd. And the categories that they're looking for is dance, vocal, rap, and also artistry. And artistry has like a little asterisk to it, and they do elaborate it a little bit more in the Google form. So how do you actually apply? Go on the Google form, of course. You can scan the QR code here, or you can go onto their link in bio, which I believe is a little bit easier. So head on to the Google form. We've got an English translation. So they're looking for females that are born between 2005 to 2010, which I feel like, is actually not too bad. I don't know, the standards are low. If I can apply, it means it's not too bad. And 2005 liners are like at the cut line these days, barely making it. But anyway, going back to the categories, the artistry is basically all artistic fields are welcome, including fine arts, video art, fashion, producing, etc. So anything that makes you stand out in a creative sense, you should apply with. I do, however, would recommend you do something like physical, if that makes sense. So they do mention like video art here. They do mention actually that's like the only one I would actually exclude out of all of these examples. Like, you've seen artists utilize their producing skills, obviously, as a K-pop idol. You've seen fashion included as well. Fine arts is a good one too. By fine arts, they might mean playing an instrument or doing a type of dance that might not necessarily be correlated to K-pop. So maybe genres like, I don't know, popping and locking or ballet, things like that still is kind of relevant and like a cool additional piece to yourself and your identity. So I recommend doing those things that will help you stand out, but at the same time isn't too far away from auditioning and being an idol. So it's until December 2nd, and only those who pass the first round will be contacted individually. And the second round is an in-person audition, and the final round participants will be contacted individually. If you have any inquiries or for submission, email them right here. And applications with missing or incorrectly entered information or applications that do not follow the required format will be excluded from screening. Once submitted, applications cannot be edited, and multiple submissions will be excluded from screening. So keep all of those in mind, just say yes, and let's just go with the English version next. So just make sure you read through it and consent. You're going to put your name, your date of birth, your height in centimeters, weight in kilograms, your place of birth and residence. So you must write both your place of birth and the current residence in order, so respectively, including both the country and city for each. So right now, if you're born and living in Korea, still write both the order of birthplace and current residence. For me, that would be like, I was born in Korea, so I would say that plus city, and then currently living in Toronto, Canada, so I would put that as well. All right, so your mobile phone number must include country code and hyphens. They do give you this example, so make sure it's specific to that. All audition communication will be sent to the phone number and email you provide. And then also, if you are under 19 years old, if you're a minor, you do need to put your guardian's mobile phone. Adults don't need this, obviously, which is why it isn't required. Must include country code and hyphens, same thing. And then your email, the pretty general stuff, and then your SNS ID. Please note that unverifiable SNS accounts may lead to disadvantages in screening. And then put your experience. So pretty straightforward, your vocal, rap, dance related experiences or rewards. If you've been an idol or been a trainee before, include that. Casted or trainee experiences, if any. And then put your self-introduction. So this is actually going to be a video. You're going to just quickly introduce yourself, approximately 1 minute, and then also file name must strictly follow name dash self intro. So they're very strict about these certain things. So just rename the title of your video, of course. And if you're curious about what to put in your introduction video, I recommend you watch this video here. And it also says applications with unverifiable personal information will be excluded. And the next is going to be a vocal rap, so same thing, but except it's one verse. And then for your dance, it's going to be, again, one verse. For artistry, whatever, doesn't really say like a length to it, but I just recommend like a video that's close to 1 minute long. And then other talents that you would like to highlight, so academic achievements, personal talents, unique points. So this now can be something completely different from K-pop. This is where you can put that you like to video edit, that you maybe are, I don't know, award-winning math competition winner, things like that. And then your photos, of course, it must be taken within 6 months. No photos with face covered, poor resolution, filters, heavy editing, or excessive makeup. And then you must submit a front-facing upper body, left and right profile, and then a full body photo. And of course, make sure you have the file names this way. And then once you submit, it cannot be edited, so you're just going to submit it afterwards. All right, let's move on to the second one, which is the Gori agency one. So this is our November casting call, and this is all of the companies/categories that are involved. So it's until 30th of November, and this is KST, of course, 11:59 KST. So how to apply: record your self-introduction video and your performance video. This is amazing because you can actually reuse this video for both AOMG and this one. Perfect. Use your default camera only, no filters or edits. Send your videos and personal information, so your name, age, contact, and experience. And then write your desired fields in an email title or body. You can apply for more than one. And then if you have any applications and inquiries, just put it here. And then no limit on number or type of videos. If you get a smile emoji, it means we checked your email. No need to worry. So they just like simply saw it basically. And the results will be sent individually within 2 weeks, sometimes a bit later. And this is only to successful applicants. So after 2 weeks, you can just safely assume if you didn't receive anything that you didn't pass the audition. And then these are some important notes. So all videos must be filmed with the default camera. A self-intro is required. Multiple fields are allowed, as mentioned before. You can only apply once per month. And then even if you apply for multiple companies, just send in one email. You can mention preferred companies in the email. And then only successful applicants will be contacted within 2 weeks. And that is all. Sorry, I'm still chewing. But thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If
Really appreciate it. Hope you audition for these. And I'll see you guys in the next video.